North Miami, we are blessed to have amazing employees like yourselves. We don't always get thank yous. Some days are better than others, but you continue to put on the uniform like some, but most importantly, you continue to come to the city and give service, and because of you, North Miami is a better place. It is my honor to be a part of a mayor and council, specifically with Councilwoman Marie Estime Irvin, that finds it important to recognize employees for their constant contribution to the city. Without you, there will be no us. So on behalf of the city, thank you so very much. At this moment, it brings me great honor to introduce our Councilwoman of District 3, Councilwoman Marie Estime Irvin.
Thank you so much, Rosny. Good evening, everyone. Again, welcome to our Employee Recognition Award program or ceremony. So I'm not going to, this is the second time that we're doing this for this year, and I'm very excited to take out the time to recognize you for the work that you do, for serving our residents, for serving our business owners. It means a lot, and I would just like for you to be recognized. So we're going to go ahead and start our ceremony. The first person that we would like to recognize will be Stephen J. Pizzillo, which has served 5 years in our building department. And I'm going to go ahead and call on to our interim city manager, Duke Sori.
I'll tell you a quick story about Steve before I give him his award. About 5 years ago, I was named the interim city manager before when Alib Gotti left, and I was firing people that day. And but I wasn't gonna fire Steve, but I had to call him for something. So I called him and he wouldn't answer his phone. So the whole day he wouldn't answer his phone. And the next morning, as soon as I came in, I called and told him to come over. So he walks in my office, slams the door, and said, "You gonna fire me?" And I'm looking like, "What are you talking about, dude?" He's like, "You were firing people yesterday. Why the hell are you calling me?" And I was like, "Oh, I just had a question, Steve." I ain't, but he was pissed with me. But since then, Steve has been an excellent employee. He always goes the extra mile to help us out. He's taken on additional tasks. Most recently, our certification for flood insurance. He's taken over that process for us and gotten us back on track. And I know everybody calls Steve, you know, he does help and actually helps the general fund out with some other things. But want to say thank you, Steve, and I'm looking forward to your continued hard work and support.
So Steve, today would like to present to you, in recognition of your 5 years of service and remarkable contribution to the city of North Miami and its residents, we salute you and celebrate your dedication. Presented today, the 25th of February, 2020. If you'd like to tell us your journey here at North Miami?
As I said in the other room, it's been a roller coaster here. It's got its good days, it's got its bad, but all cities do. And you just roll with the punches and you go to do your job. And like the interim city manager said, our CRS got recertified today for another year with no comments back from them. That's 2 years in a row. So we're on track to try to get back down to where we were, but it's going to be a mission, but we're going to take it and do it. And I want to thank everybody in this room, especially the police. They've always been greatly helpful with me and my department, which is always, you know, we always get sometimes problematic out in the field and we need help, and they've always been there for us. So Chief, thank you and your staff for everything you've done for us. And for our interim city manager, yeah, we've had our ups, we've had our downs, but we work good together. As long as I can go in his office, close his door, and yell at him for a while, and then he'll say, "You're good," I'm good. Thank you very much.
Thank you. For those of you watching and needing permits for your windows, for your door, this is the department that you should go to. If you have any problems, look for Steve Pizzillo. So the next person that we would like to honor is from the great police department, that police that just has received its accreditation the other day, which I'm so proud of. So anyway, we're about to honor Jodeline Antoine, 15 years of service. And while he comes up, we would like to call our Chief, Larry Chiriga, of the great police department.
Good afternoon, everyone. I want to first start by thanking the councilwoman for setting up this program. This is great. We really appreciate you recognizing the men and women that do such great work around the city for our community. So thank you very much for doing that. The first recipient from the police department is Detective Jodeline Antoine. Jodeline, if you join us up here. Detective Antoine has been protecting our city for 15 years. In 2018, he was the Officer of the Year, and he's also received several Officers of the Month awards, and he's been nominated many, many times for Officer of the Month. Jodeline is one of the officers out there who has the eye for catching bad guys. If you talk to police officers around the country, they'll say certain officers have it, and he has it. He has that unique ability to be driving down the street, remember a bolo from sometimes weeks before, and be able to pick it up. And he doesn't just catch the small-time criminals. He catches the bad guys that are out there hurting our residents. He catches the robbers. He catches the burglars who are breaking into homes. And just last year, in 2018, he actually was off duty, and he remembered a bolo from the 7-Eleven robbery, and he saw the vehicle while he's off duty, and he calls it in, and ultimately ended up catching a guy who had committed multiple robberies throughout the county. The key to his ability is he's protecting our residents and getting these really bad guys off the street. In addition to catching criminals, Jodeline has a professional and a kindness to him. I was going through many of his commendations, and a couple of them dealt with parents who had accidentally locked their kids in the car. And I know that sounds like a trivial thing, but for a parent, they're in an absolute panic at that time when their kid's locked in. And all it is, you could ultimately break the window, but they don't realize it. They're just separated from their child, and they're so concerned. And Jodeline has responded multiple times. 2 times he got commendations for them, where he brought his Slim Jim with him, and it's a trick, and he's able to open the door and reunite the parent with the child. So, Jodeline, we appreciate your kindness. We appreciate your ability to catch the bad guys. And we're so fortunate to have you working for the city of North Miami. So I congratulate you on your 15 years.
And again, Jodeline Antoine, we'd like, in recognition of your 15 years of service and remarkable contribution to the city of North Miami, we salute and celebrate your dedication on this day.
Well, I'd say thank you very much for this acknowledgement, and Chief is very kind for pointing out my strong points, police work, and once again, I've always said this, it's a matter of learning your job and knowing your job and doing your job, and that's what I live by, and I enjoy what I do, and I take great pleasures on serving the city of North Miami and the community and making a positive impact. And like I said, it's a great pleasure. and I'll continue to do it till I retire. Thank you.
No worries. You could leave it here. Okay. We have another one from our great North Miami Police Department. Angel Rivera, 20 years of service.
The first time I had thanked the councilwoman, so I also want to thank our staff for being here. You can see well represented. Steve, appreciate your kind words. It's our honor to partner up with all the different departments. So Assistant Chief Angel Rivera has been with our police department for 20 years. He's a leader, he's a teacher, he's a mentor to many of our men and women. He's held several ranks during his tenure here at the police department. He was an officer, a detective, and as a detective he served in an undercover capacity and also worked with different task forces. He was commander, a major, and now as assistant chief, he oversees the field operations division. And he was also our SWAT commander. Many of you remember that. And one of the key things he's been doing lately is he's our resident expert on active shooter and active attack incidents. He teaches not only within the police department and within other police departments how to respond to those incidents, but one of the big things he does is he teaches our community. Many of you have been to his training, and he wants to make sure our community is prepared in the event something terrible like those active shooter or active attack incidents happen. We prepare our residents for if a fire happens in their house, we prepare them for hurricanes, and then we also prepare them for stuff like this. And Angel does a fantastic job keeping our community safe. He earned his bachelor's degree from Florida International University. There you go. Go Golden Panthers, is that what he said? Okay, all right, very good. All right. He's a member of many law enforcement associations as well as a Tactical Officers Association. And some of the stuff he really enjoys, because I see that big smile on his face, is when he's participating as an executive board member of our Police Athletic League. He's also part of Bigs in Blue, Big Brothers and Big Sisters. So Angel will be attending the FBI National Academy in April, which is very prestigious. He'll be gone for 3 months, receiving additional training. But we're very fortunate to have him here in the police department as one of our leaders. Angel, congratulations.
And again, Angel Rivera, in recognition of your 20 years of service, remarkable contribution to the city of North Miami and its residents, we salute you and celebrate your dedication on this very day.
Well, Councilwoman, as I stated before, I appreciate that you've always been a staunch supporter of our police department, you and many of our councilmen, along with the manager's office. We wouldn't be as successful as we are without your support. Furthermore, I'd like to thank our chief of police. We're also very successful because of his outstanding leadership. I personally thank you for always being a mentor to me, Chief. And also the men and women that we serve with. We have some great folks in that building and in this city, and we are successful because of your support as well. So thank you.
Last but not least, we have another individual from the police department, Larry Kofi, 25 years of service.
Gloria, you want to come up here? Or are you going to stay back there and film? All right. Larry's immediate supervisor, Gloria Johnson, Nikki's sister, is here as well. As the councilwoman said, Larry Coffey has been with the police department for 25 years. He's one of our police communication operators. Larry started, everybody think back 25 years. Larry started before we had computers entering documents and entering calls into the system. So that they were always scratching them down on a piece of paper and a little notepad. And also, it was before cell phones were a common thing that everybody was using, and certainly there were no text messages back then. But Larry's advanced with the technology as the years have gone by. The one constant has always been Larry's professionalism. Understand that when people call the police department, they're calling because they're injured, they're in fear, they're in need. And he's always been the calming presence on the phone. He takes the information from them, reassures them that help's coming, and then quickly transfers over to his second hat, where he notifies the officers where they need to be, gives them clear and concise information so that they can get there and unite with the person that's in need. So Larry's done a tremendous job. Additionally, he's a trainer for new PCOs that come in, and he's a coach for some of the older ones. Gloria, you recording that for Cece? Yeah, Cece, you're one of the ones he's always training. Cece's been here 32 years, but they have a good relationship. He's a great voice for our residents who are in need, and a great representative of our police department. So Larry, thank you for your 25 years.
Larry Coffey, in recognition of your 25 years, so we have a correction to make. We're giving you 5 extra years, but we're going to take it back. So in recognition of 25 years of service and your remarkable contribution to the city of North Miami and its residents, we salute and celebrate your dedication on this day. Congratulations.
Only 7 years left.
Again, I'd like to thank all of you. I'd like to again celebrate you and thank you for your contribution, for your years of service. And I'd just like to leave these words with you. People make the difference, and you're one of those. One of those people is you. Thank you for making the difference in the city of North Miami.